Hi Capricorn, this is Renee Michelle, and you're on my channel here on Chronicles of a Hoodoo Spiritualist here on YouTube. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you guys for the likes, the shares, and the comments. I want to welcome the new subscribers. Welcome everybody. This is the May 2016 monthly reading. Okay. If you want to contact me for a reading, the website is down below. On the website, it has my email address, my Tumblr, everything. So you'll be able to go there, be able to click and connect to my blog, to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. So the monthly reading. Okay, so coming into the month, Capricorn, I feel like I have the Hermit card and I have the Judgment card. So I feel like you're to yourself a lot, right? And the reason you're to yourself a lot is because there are people around you that are acting a little crazy, a little off, right? And you're like, wait a minute, I might have to get rid of some of these people. I have to get rid of some of these people because they're, you know, the things and what's going on is no longer serving me, right? And you know this, right? Because it's the feeling in you that it's like time for a renewal in that sense. Because in the first week, I feel like you're having a toss and turn, but on the level of balance. Balance in emotions, balance in everyday life, balance in everything. Because I feel like the first week, right, we have the Justice card. And I feel like that's you wanting to be balanced, or you trying to obtain balance. And then we have the Tower card, so there's something, a sudden change, and it affects your emotions, right? It affects who you are. Something happens sudden and quick that it changes your whole emotion. So I feel like at the beginning of the week, the Justice card, you may even have reached stability or a feeling of balance, and then this Tower happens in the middle of the first week that leaves you emotionally on a topsy-turvy type of feeling, right? And coming into the second week, you're the Hangman in reverse, so you're moving forward, right? This is the Hangman in reverse. She normally hangs like this. It's Hangman in reverse, and there's something to do with spirituality, right? There's something to do with you leaning on faith, right? Because I feel like it's you leaning on faith, right? You want to lean on faith, but something about the whole spiritual thing is leaving you confused, right? But I don't even think it's confused. I feel like it's confused in the sense that, you know, that can't possibly be my happily ever after behind that key door. Like, I got to get the key to get in there to get to that new life. But you're confused on how to do that, right? But you know, that it has to be based on spirituality. Like you have to go through spirituality in order to get this happiness, right? Because in the third week, I feel like there's a manifestation, right? I feel like you guys are trying to find a way to make things work, and you're wondering if you have all that it takes, right? Because there is something that is addictive and abusive, right? In your world. The manipulative, actually, I feel like manipulatively abusive situation comes to the end on the third week. Meaning, the magician card is a manipulator abuser, right? Right? And it is manipulative, but it's abusive, right? So it's manipulative, but it's also like emotional abuse, right? And this is an abusive relationship that you have with someone. By the end of the third week, it is put to rest. You knew it was going to come to end. You were planning for it to come to end, and it does. And that's a rebirth for you, right? That's a new thing for you. That's the third week, right? By the fourth week, right, I feel like you're willing to take a risk and bring something to a completion, right? So you're going to take a chance. You're going to take a risk, right? And she is walking this way, but I feel like now that this, whatever the situation is over in the third week, you can take a risk and move forward, right? And this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is your tide turning in the right direction because of it, right? Because the outcome of the month is the Empress and the Chariot. So now that you have this freedom, you have all these creative ideas, all these ideas. You want to. I'm looking at the scene behind Capricorn, and you want to travel, you want to do things, and now with the Chariot card, you're ready to race forward and do all the things that you have in your mind and that you've been planning to do. Okay, because the off balance that you feel is making you a little bit confused, and you know that situation has to come to an end in order for you to feel better, in order for you to have good fortune and move on with your life. I also feel that because of the Tower, you know what I'm saying, whatever that happens in that first week, the Tower is what has you lean on spirituality. The second week is what has you move towards faith, religion, however you want to do it, have a spiritualist, whatever. And then the third week, right, you know that this abusive situation is going to come to an end. And by the fourth week, I mean, also in the month, you have this sense of balance, but then you want to seek justice for what has taken place in your world and in your life, but you're in the Hangman because of this manipulative person. And then you're ready to move on and walk away by the fourth week from that situation. Well, actually, it ends in the third week to the fourth week, right? And that sets you on a path to enjoy your summer. All right, Capricorn, until next time, stay blessed. I love you. Ashe.